Hi, everyone. Welcome, all of you, to episode 10 of the Purposeful Papa Podcast. And I'm your host, Suji. Along with me, once again, we have our beautiful coach, a very generous, very kind, who has been sharing a lot of deep insights, learnings, techniques, and tools how to become aware of your emotions, how to become aware of what you're going through in your day to day life so that you can reflect, you can observe, and you can become more mindful into your journey of parenting if you already have a child and if you're aspiring to be a father. So here we have Aman Taneja, aka Kabir, along with us once again to a beautiful journey of episode 10. Welcome you, Kabir. Thank you so much for joining in today again. Wow, that's so beautiful. Beautiful. Thank you.
So, with a huge round of applause and standing ovation, let's also welcome Miss Suji Nair, Dr. Suji Nair. Yes.
Thank you. Thanks a lot for that warm welcome. And I think we have reached a beautiful journey where we have shared a lot about how a man can grow, evolve in their journey of creation, in the journey of leading their life, leading as a parent, leading as a corporate, however they look forward to grow in their life. And we're also seeing how we can create more purposeful fathers so that a child is living a more holistic life. And Kabir has been sharing immense experiences, live experiences, ups and downs, what he has gone through, how he has learned out of it and transformed life. And today we go a little more deeper to understand what is it to be a purposeful father. Because Kabir is also here with a beautiful collective where all fathers and to be fathers are welcome in this safe space where you can express and share everything about you might not have been able to do before. Right. So thank you so much for being with us all this while. And Kabir, over to you now. I would like to check in with you. What is the intention of when we create this collective for all the parents? I mean, especially for fathers. There are times when fathers or to be fathers during their experiences all this while in their life, they might have gone through different highs and lows, maybe at work, maybe in the past relationships. And there are times when a man holds guilt for some reason, right? Now, how is this guilt factor, if they are holding it for a long period of time, how do you think this would impact fathers or to be fathers? And what are the challenges what a person can face when they are with their child and they're holding this guilt that, you know what, I did this to someone else, or I feel bad about certain things that I've done in the past and they have not, shared it with anyone because they never had a safe space.
All right. So, guilt comes from a place, first of all, where we did something where we feel that we did something wrong, right? So, for example, as I also shared in last week, right? Last week's episode, when I was on that road driving and someone was passing by me and it was traffic, and then abused at him for overtaking me, or maybe our car, I don't know what exactly happened back then, but abused. And then when I looked at him and I saw a person of my father's age
Mhm.
And then after that, I immediately felt a deeper guilt inside of me. तो ये जो भावना होती है, when you feel कि आपने कुछ गलत कर दिया है, did something wrong. Because to be honest, I was what 19-20 maybe back then. तो guilt word नहीं पता था. So those were not aware, when we do something wrong with someone and we feel this feeling, heaviness in the heart, and कैसे किसी भी तरीके से आपको फील हो सकता है. Uh, Now what really happens in guilt is, a state of guilt is, इसका दूसरा एग्जाम्पल है from again my own life only. Um, let's say I would maybe, uh, I'm in a state of hurry,
Mhm.
okay, and getting ready for. No, actually, I'll give you a real life example. So actually, this happened. So it was, I must have been around 15, 14. Okay. So my bua came to my house. My bua means my father's sister. She came to my house. She used to visit us every morning. She used to go Gurudwara every single morning, early in the morning around 3, 4. And then she used to come to our house. And she was also my first love of life, because she was the source of love for me, because first human being who really loved me unconditionally, even, you know, beyond my parents. So she was that source of love for me. And now this morning, something was not right with my energy, was not in place. So I was getting ready for school, and then she comes every morning, and she also brings candies for me and my sister. That, deeper, very deep kind of a bond. Now, this morning she came and I said something to her, which I regretted for many years of my life. Felt a deeper feeling of guilt as soon as I, said those words. Immediately, like I felt कि क्या हो गया ये. Feeling was this.
Hmm.
Emotion guilt था, क्या था. Feeling was this, यार ये क्या बोल दिया. Sometimes it happens ना यार, कि ये मैंने क्या बोल दिया, किसने बोला, ये क्यों बोला. you know that kind of feelings. Sometimes you may experience it with your partner, with your girlfriend, boyfriend, with your husband, wife, or with your parents, with your kids also. Sometimes you may say, as parent, a father may hit their own child or do something, and then immediately you feel as if, your world has shaken. ये आपने क्या कर दिया, क्या बोल दिया. And then, you cannot take it back also. आप ले नहीं सकते उसे वापस कुछ भी करके. तो आई सेड टू हर, वाई, हिंदी में बोला, आई विल से इट इन हिंदी. आप यहाँ पे क्यों आते हो सुबह सुबह, आप जाओ यहाँ से, ओके. एंड as soon as she heard these words, she turned around. The tears were rolling out of her eyes. I could see that. अभी मैंने उतनी इंटेंसिटी में नहीं बोला है जो
Hmm.
इंटेंसिटी मैंने उस टाइम बोला था, ओके. शी टर्न्ड अराउंड एंड शी स्टार्टेड वॉकिंग आउट ऑफ द हाउस, एंड आई रैन बिहाइंड हर, because I knew what damage I had already done. I ran behind her. However, she kept walking. I kept shouting, calling her name, calling her name.
Hmm.
She kept walking, and this happened. So after this, she came after a few days. I said sorry to her, but you know, when you are so close, right? So close that that person is your source of love, and you also
Hmm.
for her. Even words like these could do a deeper damage, which is hard to repair. वापस नहीं जा सकते.
Yes.
तो ये गिल्ट करता है. ये ये तो एक वो है जो आपने कुछ किया, उसके बाद का जब आप फीलिंग में रहते हो, व्हेन यू स्टे इन दैट फीलिंग. नाउ दिस इंसिडेंट कीप्स coming back to you, and that is what is the feeling of guilt, right? Now, if this feeling is there inside of you, which means that आपने अभी अपने आप को माफ नहीं किया, you haven't forgiven yourself for that situation. And this whole experience is taking your mental and emotional space. ये आपके अंदर की स्पेस को अभी लेकर बैठा है. जरूरी नहीं आपके सामने हो, बट कुछ भी ऐसा होगा तो ये एकदम सामने मेन स्क्रीन पे आ जाएगा. ठीक है, बिकॉज इट इज स्टिल देयर इनसाइड ऑफ यू. एंड नाउ this experience happened in the past for me, but I kept it inside of me for many years, till the time I forgave myself, I forgave the situation, usko let go kiya, because it was not helping me. It was not really helping me. Now, how was it not helping me? Was that I would use this as an example that whosoever loves me, I push them away. और मैं इसको बार बार कर, अब मैं इसको बार बार रिपीट करूं, बिकॉज आई डिड दिस विद माय बुआ. आई शेयर्ड इन द प्रीवियस पॉडकास्ट. आई डिड सिमिलर, had similar experiences with my friends. Whosoever would come close to me, I would do something to push them away, right? And then later beg them to talk to me. So with my own behavior, I would push them away and then beg them to talk to me. Okay, everything is happening unconsciously. And now again, it goes back to that same experience. You can check the previous podcast, right? So this feeling was inside of me for many years. And मेरे हर एक relationship में मैं यही same behavior करूं. Person would come close to me, I would push them away. Okay, in my anger, frustration, or whatever. And then I would feel guilty about it. So basically, I needed guilt. Guilt was my emotional drug. I was addicted to guilt. तो ये इमोशंस ऐसे काम करते हैं. अभी गिल्ट के बारे में बात हो रही है, बट एंगर, रिग्रेट, जेलेसी, ये सब सारे के सारे इमोशंस, दे वर्क लाइक अ ड्रग. बॉडी गेट्स यूज्ड टू इट, क्योंकि गोइंग इनटू द क्वांटम साइंस एंड प्रिंसिपल्स ऑफ epigenetics and all. तो whenever we feel any kind of emotion, जैसे इस केस में गिल्ट था, गिल्ट का मतलब है कि बॉडी के अंदर माइंड कुछ केमिकल्स रिलीज करता है. तो वो सारे केमिकल्स, even when we consume any kind of outside drugs या alcohol, तब भी यही होता है. when we consume alcohol, body releases certain chemicals. So we don't get used to the alcohol, we get used to the mix of chemicals which is being released inside the body when we consume alcohol. When we consume marijuana or anything, or even when we go to one night stands or Instagram scrolling mindless, some chemicals are being released inside the body. So we are not really addicted to our phone, we are addicted to the mix of chemicals which are being released. और जितना ज्यादा ये होगा, फोन करा यूज, केमिकल रिलीज हुआ, फोन करा यूज, केमिकल रिलीज हुआ, आवर बॉडी इज गेटिंग एडिक्टेड टू इट. सो सिमिलरली फॉर मी, multiple occasions of my life, my core emotion was guilt, till the time I realized, like, ठीक है, this also recently I realized body gets addicted to all of this, and I was addicted to this. Basically, I was creating my own life.
Yes.
Okay, because every morning I would wake up and my mind would bring up some reason for me to feel guilty. So I would wake up in guilt, I would sleep in guilt. कुछ भी हो, के दोस्त को फोन नहीं किया, उसका कॉल आया था, कॉल बैक नहीं किया, this reason to feel guilty. Okay, ऑफिस में किसी को गलत मेल पे रूड लिख दिया, guilty. So zero sense of self-forgiveness, self-worth, but just feeding on guilt and guilt and guilt. It was my emotional food, emotional drug, food, जो मर्जी बोलो. ठीक है, इससे क्या होता है, गिल्टी फील हुआ मुझे, मैं, गिल्ट ने मेरी इमोशन, मेरी फ्रीक्वेंसी को लो कर, एनर्जी को लो कर दिया. फिजिकली, मेंटली, इमोशनली, माई एनर्जी इज लो. Now I am in low energy. अब कुछ भी हुआ, and some difficult situation happened. My boss said something to me, or I received a mail which was rude, or someone was blaming me for something. I would immediately react to it. My energy is low. I would not respond. मैं senses में नहीं हूँ. I'm already in past guilts and whatever. I would react to this situation. Or my girlfriend said something to me, my partner said something to me, my parents said something to me, I would react, anger, anger, frustration, irritation, and immediately I would go in further guilt. Oh, I reacted. I did
Hmm.
wrong. I did wrong. Guilt, anger, loop.
Yeah.
And all of this is bringing my energy low. Now, let's translate this and extend this to a father. Okay, I am a father. Let's say, I am a father. And now all of this is happening to me. I am in this constant state of guilt and anger, or my energy is low. I may pretend, I may wear mask that I am happy. बट मुझे अंदर पता है, मुझे चाहे बहुत सारे लोगों को नाम नहीं पता होगा इमोशंस का कि ये हो रहा है उनके साथ, पर उनको ये तो समझ में आ रहा है कि वो ये रिएक्शन दे रहे हैं, ये तो समझ में आ रहा है कि वो गाड़ी चलाते हैं, गाली देते हैं, फिर थोड़ी देर में बुरा फील करते हैं, ऑफिस पहुंचते हैं, स्मोक करते हैं, बुरा फील करते हैं, उनको पता है सब कुछ गलत कर रहा हूं मैं, बट तब भी कर रहे हैं, गलत फील कर रहे हैं, कर रहे हैं, गलत फील कर रहे हैं. सो दे आर एक्टिंग, feeling bad, acting, feeling bad, acting, feeling bad. Okay, it's like that.
Mm-hmm.
He's super low. Now when I come to my child, if I see the child doing something which is, and I am in low energy state, even though child may not be doing anything as such, मैंने उसको देखा वो शैतानी कर रहा है, I would scold the child. And if I lose my senses completely, I may also hit the child.
Yeah.
And then what will happen? What will happen immediately? I will feel guilty. So just because I need that fix of drug which I am addicted to, emotional drug, guilt, मैं अपने बच्चे को भी उसमें इंक्लूड कर लूंगा, और मैं उसको भी शामिल कर लूंगा कि भाई I will scold you, I will abuse you, and I will hit you so that I can feel guilty.
Okay, so now the child becomes the victim.
Now the child becomes my, it's a victim, या ऐसा बोलो कि my source
Yeah,
of
of feeling guilt.
feeling that emotion,
Yeah.
feeling that guilt. Yeah, right now it is guilt. It could be anger also. If someone
Yes.
is addicted to anger, they are angry all the time, they will use that child also for that anger. कुछ भी बच्चा कर रहा होगा, वो उसको डांटेंगे.
Yeah, even if they are not wrong, they get scolded.
Even if they are not wrong, you might have observed, I might, I have observed this from my own journey, also working with different people also, right? Now, this is what we need to learn about our own self.
Yes.
But coming back to you, Suji, does that answers your question, first of all, does it connect?
Yes, yes, very much. Because, when you were sharing, what I was learning was what you went through in your childhood was something which happened accidentally, which came out of whatever things you had at that moment. But now that because you were holding it, and maybe because you didn't know how to express it or to release it, you kept repeating that cycle. So it become like a vicious circle that wherever, whoever you find who becomes close to you, you end up repeating the same events because now you feel that rush of, chemicals happening inside you.
Right.
So it's like what you don't repair, you repeat. So
What
you
you
were just repeating what you were feeling, and somewhere that became an addiction.
Right, right. Unconsciously.
And different people were a part of this journey.
I was using basically I was using, so we as humans, we use each other. We
Yes.
use each other. Now use is not a bad word, we use it in a bad sense, but however we can say we are each other's हिंदी में इसको कहते हैं परिपूरक.
Yeah,
We
like a team
complete
player.
we complete each other, okay? Now, let's say I need guilt. Suji will be here. Suji is in my life. Now, Suji will do something so that I can feel guilty. But she is just helping me. Like, do you know Duryodhana and Arjun? So, Krishna said to Arjuna, Arjun ke tu maar, tu tension mat le. So what was he trying to say was that Duryodhan has manifested this for himself. He is
Yes,
asking for it. You are not doing anything special. तू कुछ महान काम नहीं कर रहा है. He has prepared his whole life for this. Duryodhan is asking for it, and you have prepared your whole life for killing. So you both are here just fulfilling each other's prophecy.
correct.
तुम कुछ वो नहीं कर रहे, तो तुम दिमाग मत लगाओ. तुम्हें यूनिवर्स ने सामने खड़ा किया ताकि तुम एक दूसरे को पूरा कर सको, चाहे वो मारने में ही हो.
Yes,
So no good or bad. So, however, it's also a game of awareness. So if Duryodhan would have been aware in his own self, and he would have realized ke, what kind of emotions am I feeding myself to every single day, jealousy and fear and all of that, rather than feeding all those, if he would have started feeding himself love, then he would have attracted someone who would have given him love. तो हम कंप्लीट करते हैं एक दूसरे को, और उसी तरीके से फिर हम अपनी लाइफ में आने वाले सभी लोगों को इंक्लूड कर लेते हैं अपने कोर इमोशन में, और बच्चे भी उसमें आ जाते हैं.
yes,
एंड देन दैट रियली shapes their life also.
yes. Because tomorrow they feel that it's okay what my dad is doing to me or my father is doing to me, and let me do this to others now.
Right.
Because it's very normal for them. Because when they saw their own parent doing it, now they don't feel bad about it. And now they feel, now I also feel good about this feeling. So let me keep doing it until it reaches a stage where this person is able to think very logically that no, this is not me. It's
Right.
not doing any good for me. And if I keep continue doing this, I'm going to lose out on partnership, beautiful friendships, beautiful companies, beautiful bondings, growth, leadership, everything is going to come to a standstill.
Right.
Like you said, awareness.
Awareness, self-awareness is the key.
Yes.
Now from my experience, losing friendships, losing romantic relationships, losing pushing away my bua, my loved one, like this performances in office, like not being able to uplift that, so impacting the performance at work, right? After all of this, I learned this.
Yes.
However, you don't do this for your child. So for
Yes.
me, it took me first 25, 30 years. The healing is still going on. It's a journey. Even right now, when I'm sharing this with you, maybe something may be opening up and healing.
Yes.
But जब बच्चा आ रहा है हमारे पास, तो हम अगर समझ जाए कि ये हमारे साथ तो हो गया, उनके साथ नहीं करते हम, तो उनकी लाइफ इजी हो जाती है.
Yes.
उनको इतना सीखने के लिए पेन के थ्रू नहीं निकलना पड़ेगा. वो शुरू से ही, as Suji said, awareness, they will be aware and they will also have the tools. कुछ होता भी है, they will know the tools.
Correct.
Hence,
Yeah. And not just that, as aspiring fathers, when they become aware, now a child doesn't go through this. So you save a generation from going through what you had gone through. So it
right.
becomes more that, I become aware of everything that I'm going through. It could be irritation, it could be jealousy, it could be anger. We just discussed today about guilt. So that, everyone gets a glimpse of how toxic can guilt be.
Exactly.
Right? Deep inside, it might have its own purpose where we are to learn maybe what is self-forgiveness, maybe to uplift your self-worth. That could be the end hope at the other end of the tunnel.
But अभी हाँ, बट अभी तो पहले तो हम, वो तो बहुत बात की बात आती है ना,
Yes,
पहले तो हम पकड़ लें गिल्ट को।
correct.
ठीक है, क्योंकि वो अपने आप ही फिर एक बार जब पकड़ में आ गया, वी अंडरस्टैंड, क्योंकि राइट नाउ इट्स अ लाइफ स्टाइल।
Yes,
फॉर मी इट वॉज फॉर फर्स्ट 25 years, 30, इट वॉज अ लाइफ टाइम। मैंने पकड़ा थोड़ी ना था उसको, ये तो मैं अभी आपको बता पा रहा हूँ राइट नाउ सिटिंग है। ड्यूरिंग दैट टाइम इट वॉज माई रियलिटी, इट वॉज मी।
yes,
Okay, there was no gap. This was my habit, behavior. This was Aman. This was Kabir. Okay. Kabir came later, actually, spiritual name. So that was Aman.
yeah,
Waking up in guilt, sleeping in guilt, and finding different new reasons, different people, sometimes at work, sometimes at, work performance, sometimes in car driving, using different people to, जैसे अभी बता अंकल वाला जो एग्जांपल दिया, द अंकल वाज ड्राइविंग,
yeah,
यूज्ड abused him, okay, गलत किया, then what? Basically I was just using him to feed myself, and
correct.
it was just their instrumental so that I could feed myself with guilt.
Yes,
वही हम कर रहे हैं अनकॉन्शियसली, हमें पता भी नहीं है कर रहे हैं।
yeah. It's all about, giving yourself that time to understand that what I am doing is not something which I am feeling comfortable. So certain patterns we develop, yes, over a period of years, maybe because it's come from somewhere, or we might have felt good about it for a period of time. But the moment we catch ourselves doing that, the intensity drops.
Intensity drop.
The moment we realize that, okay, I don't want to be on this guilt trip, I need to drop this. And there starts our journey of awareness,
Right.
exploring us to different ends of our personality, our inner self, maybe giving more clarity to your purpose in life. Like today, you stand up for fathers, even for your journey as a beautiful father. There is a lot which is added on to what quality of life that you're living now, in your mind, in your heart.
Exactly.
So this is something which, every man can take back, because as a man, many a times, the world expects you to suppress, not to express. But this is something, if you build that awareness, even if you're suppressing to the world around, at least you are aware. And you know that I need to come out of this. Like if nobody is letting me to speak up, yes, we have a collective here where you can open up and share and expand your awareness. So when you expand your awareness, eventually your liberation is around the corner. But it's just you taking that first step. So that was a beautiful learning for today, I think. And this is something which we have brought in different flavors and different experiences in all these episodes, right?
Right.
In all the 10 journeys, 10 episodes, I think different life journeys we have shared, and all coming to a point where how aware are we? Am I just on this autopilot mode, or am I being aware?
Right.
So that really helps to bring that shift. Amazing. Anything else, I think, Kabir, what's coming to your mind that you want to share before we sign off for season one?
Okay. So what I want to say here is that, right, when you have, see, अब आपको, if you start becoming aware that this is happening to you, first, look closely at your life. Start looking closely at your reactions, the way you react, the way you talk to people, the way you drive, the way you are treating your own car as well. Non-living things also, shoes, कपड़े कैसे फेंकते हो, वो सब चीजें. You start observing your life closely. Now, if you want to change this, if you start observing कि जो energy है, that is very rude, anger type energy है. So that कुछ है, which is not, I'm not happy. ये happy energy नहीं है. जब आपको ये पता लग गया, now since we are talking to fathers, aspiring fathers, you keep in your mental and emotional screen your either your future daughter, your son, daughter, okay, or you have your current, you already have a daughter, son, you keep them in the center of your emotion as your who, and you always keep them there. राइट? बिकॉज ये है जो आपको चेक में रखेगा कि आई एम डूइंग दिस फॉर देम, क्योंकि खुद से आप अभी भी, बिकॉज यू यू आर एडिक्टेड टू इट, ये इतने सालों का चल रहा है तो अचानक से नहीं टूटेगा। बट अगर
Yes.
आपको ये समझ में आ गया कि मेरा रीजन बहुत बड़ा है विच इज इवन बियॉन्ड मी, हाँ, यू नीड टू फील दैट लव, सेंटर में रख लिया, सेंटर में रखने का मतलब ये नहीं है, पर उनके प्रति इमोशनल कनेक्शन इतना स्ट्रांग होना चाहिए कि इस इमोशन की इंटेंसिटी विच यू हैव फॉर योर चाइल्ड इज मच स्ट्रॉन्गर देन दैट इमोशन विच यू आर एडिक्टेड टू। Basically you are creating a new addiction, but which is a beautiful addiction. So this
Yes.
is what needs to be done, and this will lead you to be a purposeful fatherhood, into a journey of a purposeful papa, purposeful fatherhood, right?
Yes, totally. I think your viewers, everyone who's listening into this, is really soaking in, because if we don't become aware, we keep repeating the same old toxic patterns. And that's not going to take us where our goal is, because goal might look at one end, but what we are doing is on the other end. And there is no connection between the two. So
Exactly.
we will always live in a very restless state, frustration, irritation. So, yes, awareness is the key to look forward what we need to drop off and what we need to cultivate. And like Kabir said, having your goal in the center. That's your daughter, your son, your little baby, so that the intensity of the other one, which is the, frustration, fear, guilt, or whatever, that starts losing its power over you.
जैसे ये तो इमोशंस हो गए, इट कुड ऑल्सो बी एनी काइंड ऑफ हैबिट, you
Yes,
you know, any addiction to smoking, alcohol, if you translate it outside, वो सारी चीजें भी अपने आप छूटने लग जाएंगी बिना कुछ करे, if you know who is, emotional intensity towards your baby, son or daughter is much stronger than that particular addiction.
yes,
Those actions will also start to change.
yes, totally. And
So
I know, yeah, Kabir, go ahead.
So I feel this the season one, where we are approaching to the culmination of season one. Um, Now it has last in the past few episodes, on all the episodes, people have been suggesting what they want to learn, what they want to learn more. Plus, whatever we also have been receiving from the divine guidance. So this episode is actually a starting point for the next, because you went into a specific emotion, Suji, and how does it impacts us. So we have opened up a new channel towards something much more deeper, which happens to us in day to day life, but हम उसको देख नहीं पाते, और रियल लाइफ एग्जांपल्स ही होते हैं हमारे, जैसे मैंने आपके साथ शेयर किए, राइट? So this has, I feel, has opened a new channel now, and let's see how that translates. So just wanted to say that.
Yes, beautiful. Thank you, Kabir, for setting the tone, setting ahead what's coming for our viewers, for our learners, because we are also learning from them. And because of what they have shared and what we have seen in the last 10 weeks is massive. And I think this doesn't stop here. It only begins from here. So it may be a ending to something, beginning to something. And we are looking forward to see how more we can get into the depth to understand different nitty-gritties of emotions, bring that awareness, bring that sensitization, so that we know that, yes, I am also going through this. And this is something which I want to release because it's impacting my relationship with my parents, with my siblings, with my friends, with my partner, with my colleagues. Everything is getting affected. And now, when I look forward to be a father, I need to let go of all this unwanted behaviors. Right? So, we bring forward a different flavor, maybe in depth, of what our life journeys were, what we have seen with people around, and how they have overcome situations, because that becomes a stronger testimonial for you to bring in that change, to bring in that readiness that, yes, I want to transform. And Kabir is right here to coach you, to support you, to help you, and creating that safe collective space where you can open up and just be yourself. Right? So, immense thanks to Kabir for all the deep insights that you have been sharing for the last 10 weeks. Thanks to our audience for always being there, for commenting, for liking, subscribing, sharing authentically what connected with them and what they take back. And this brings us to the next journey very soon. We would come with everything that is needed beyond to evolve in this journey for us and for all of us.
Right. The collective is waiting for you fathers, right? And it's a safe space where you can be, where you can express yourself, where you can be truly who you are, right? You can connect to that inner being. So it's time to let go of all of these emotions, all of these actions, addictions, actions, whatever is holding us back. Because I know, each one of you has that strong feeling to be a father for your child, the present child or your future child. You already have that inside of you. I'm talking to those men only who already have that strong instinct. However, now it's time to expand your awareness so that you understand कि जो आपके साथ अगर कोई भी चैलेंज आए जो आपको दिखा भी ना हो सकता है लाइफ में बट उसने आपको इम्पैक्ट करा, how to let go of that so that you can create an open abundant space for your child to be. ये तो हमें अपनी बच्चियों अपने बच्चों के लिए करना ही पड़ेगा. So let's do it. Let's do it, right? Let's stay on this journey with us and let's create that magic for our beautiful souls. All right.
Thank you once again for being there and making this journey so fruitful. And thanks to all our audience for making this more purposeful. So thank you all. Stay blessed and keep healing yourself and be along with us because we are here to help you, to guide you, to support you, to overcome all those emotional wounds, sufferings, traumas that we have been going through, to reach to a journey which is more purposeful for your life and to be that compassionate, passionate parents. So thank you all. Have a beautiful rest of the day and keep blessed, keep healing yourself.
God bless you all. Take care and we will see you soon. Keep being the parent, the father your child truly deserves, your future or your present. God bless you. Take care.
Thank you.